Hello everybody and welcome back to Nat Chats Ball. It's been a while, haven't done a video in absolutely ages, so I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, it's hard to get back to it when you've stopped for a while, so but yeah, here we go today. Had to do a video what with the North London derby tomorrow, and having watched the last few games after Christmas, really impressive, wasn't it? I think everybody was scared coming back after the World Cup. Yeah, injuries, but also tiredness, and obviously it's hard to know what sort of team are going to get back after such a break, and with them all going off and doing their own thing. But we couldn't have asked for a better start, and I was surprised. I was just really pleasantly surprised about how quick and how amazing we were against West Ham. It's one of the best performances I've seen this season, I think, which is surprising, like I said, considering they had the World Cup break. Yeah, I think West Ham was one of the best, my favourite performances this season. We were so good. The football we played was amazing. Sorry, I had to cut that out because my dog's playing up because I'm doing a video and she's not getting attention. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, after West Ham, went to Brighton on New Year's Eve. I'm jealous of everybody that was got to go there. Okay, so yeah, Brighton, brilliant win again. Couple of cheap goals, but we generally had control of the game, and impressive once again. And then came the Newcastle game, which is a bit of our undoing. I don't think we played badly, and credit to Newcastle, who defended really well. I did think they'd come out more and give us a bit more of a game, considering they have been thrown into the title challenge race a few times, and with their new ownership and money. I wasn't impressed by their play, but it got them a point, so you know, fair. But referees again, two penalties that could have gone our way. Okay, firstly, I don't think that handball at the end of the game was, I think that sort of hit and miss. I wouldn't have liked it to have been given against us. It was so close to the player. The ball was so close to the player in the first instance, and it was generally body movement, and so that's a tough one. But the push on Gabriel to me was like a no-brainer at all. Did they even review it? It's really, really frustrating. And then obviously after that came the Oxford game, which was fairly straightforward. Eddie Nketiah is playing absolutely amazingly, which is brilliant to see. Personally, I still think we need reinforcements up top. Love Eddie, love Jesus, but we need more options, and hopefully Mudryk coming in. Potentially we could see Martinelli going up front. But anyway, transfer window gossip I hate, so let's just focus on what we've got. So yeah, referees again. We should have won that based on the fact that we should have had a penalty. Maybe two, but definitely one. The foul in the box was just a no-brainer. How they're not giving that, I'll never know. I will never know. And then you see the charges that came in last week, first against the Newcastle game, appealing two decisions. You know, where does it stop? Where does it stop? Because the Oxford game was a joke. Charged, there was three players. It was a very, very clear handball in that Oxford game, and it was a very, very clear penalty. Two hands out, saved the ball basically from going towards the net. Back of the goal, probably. Sorry. Shh. Yeah, clear handball against Oxford. So are the FA saying now that you can't appeal an obvious penalty? So it's their error. We are telling them you have to check that on VAR and get it right. And they're still choosing to not only not give the correct decision in the 90 minutes, but also to fine players for arguing against the correct decision. It's a madness. It's an absolute madness. And even when we did appeal that against Oxford, it was like three players, I think, and probably less than 20 seconds of telling him you got it wrong. So it's really frustrating. I know we accepted the charge against Newcastle, and we'll probably accept it against Oxford, but I don't know where it stops. You can watch all the games that have gone on the last couple of days. Just watching Man City and Man United tonight. This afternoon. Man City all surrounding the ref. And United, isn't it, saying like you shouldn't have 3 or 4 players around him. And the Chelsea game, Fulham players asking for a red card against Felix on his debut, which was a stupid challenge and definitely a red, by the way, in my opinion. But yeah, where does it, I don't know. I'm just so fed up of talking about it and so fed up of seeing it. And I worry about the pressure it'll put on us tomorrow, you know, how to conduct our behaviour. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one, but we just got to keep our heads. Don't let them beat us. And if the only way they can beat us is by putting us under pressure, Arteta's just going to have to keep them disciplined. And Odegaard will have to step up like he has done all season and just speak to the referee on his own. I think that's the only way we go about it. But we've got to tread carefully because they're obviously after us. People laugh. The other clubs, like fans, laugh at our sort of our rants about it, but it's so infuriating. And if you haven't watched the games and if you're not actually listening to what's happening to us, then you'll never understand, and you probably would laugh. But it's tough, especially when we find ourselves in the position we're in. And sorry, one sec. Yeah, especially after the position we find ourselves in, we just don't need it. We just don't need it, and it's so unnecessary. Are the FA going to start charging these teams now? We'll see, but I put my money on them not bringing it up or charging. So yeah. So after that result this morning in the Manchester derby, absolutely boring first half. Second half picked up a bit after the goals, but yeah. Ideally, I would like to have seen a draw, but Manchester United taking 3 points for me is the best result for Arsenal. So that's I'll take it. I'll take it. Manchester City didn't impress me at all. They were giving away the ball so easily, scrappy. So yeah, it'll be an interesting few weeks. We find ourselves 5 points, game in hand, 5 points clear of City, 6 of United, and 9 points of Newcastle. We go to the enemy tomorrow, and I think we've got to beat them. I mean, the way we're playing football at the moment is the most impressive I've seen in years. And Tottenham are so drab, and we just got to take it. I mean, their first half performances this season have been disgraceful, and they need to be ended in that first half, and we need to take advantage of that. If they're going to sit back, they're going to try and catch us on the counter. So yeah, we got to watch our line, but we've got to take those 3 points. I'm predicting I'm going for 3-1 to Arsenal. Yeah, let's move clear of them all. Let's just, speak on the pitch, keep our discipline. And yeah, Eddie's on fire. So let's do it. And I will do a video after the game. Come on, you Guinness.